That's good.
All right.
Yeah, I think we're ready.
All right. In the house.
Midnight Rabbi.
Hey, what's going
Yes,
on?
brother.
What's going
Yes,
on?
brother. Make sure Eliyokim is in the just turn it light slightly a little bit. There we go. Perfect. Want to see his holy face. Wow.
Yes.
Last time I saw you was in a frat by Rav Shlomo Katz this year. We're now sitting in the same place in Shirat David. And we're focusing on being kind, the Real Kindness podcast. And yeah,
I'm actually in Netanya, a little staycation. Our good buddy Kevin Ross and his family and my family. We're here in Netanya. I had the honor and the privilege of meeting this guy about a year and a half ago, I think it was, here in Netanya. And we decided that, you know what, since I'm here, why don't we get a very special guest to come on with us? Very special. In case you guys don't know, this is Eliyokim Cohen. He does shiurim by the sea. You gotta check it out. I don't know, was it once a week, twice a week, Eliyokim?
We try to do it once
a week. He walks around in gorgeous honestly, guys. Yeah, listen, I love Efrat, but like the ocean, it's out of control.
Mikvah every morning at the sea.
Yeah, I
Awesome.
love Netanya, man. I was just there, and that's literally the flow we want to have. I love Israel.
Good morning.
Kindness. We want to fight for Israel.
Good morning.
Yeah, we've had a big push forward by the president over there in the U.S. to fight on no matter what. All the more so. So we got to do that here in the Holy Land. Fight on, and we are doing it. My son's back to base already after a short trip in Netanya with that beautiful beach, that beautiful scenery that only you can find in the Holy Land with that elevation. So what song are we going to sing today? We didn't clarify yet. What does Eliyokim want to sing?
But first of all, today is Yud Tammuz,
sure.
Right? We have to remember that. In a week from now, we're doing.
A week from now, we have a fast.
We start the 3 weeks, right? We start the 3 weeks in a week from now. Shavas Tammuz, a lot of halachots that come along from the 3 weeks. A little different for Ashkenazim than it is for Sfaradim, but I think
you guys have 3 days. We have 3 weeks.
Nah, that's not true. We can't have meat for 9 days. That's a big problem for me because I'm doing the carnivore diet. So, whatever. But
the Sfaradim have less than more. And you guys, I was just davening by a Sfaradi minion in Netanya, and it's amazing. They're so in a different world. They're
I daven every afternoon and every Shabbos with Spartam. They're like Chassidim.
Lifting.
They're like Chassidim. There is a very close connection between
the two. That's true.
I have an idea. Why don't we sing Shabbat Yerushalayim?
I think that's perfect. Yeah.
You guys start every podcast with the song.
We do a song in every podcast.
This holy.
You gotta get the neshama flowing.
And he's a good singer, Yosef.
He's a great singer. Wow. He's a great singer.
All right, so why don't we get started? All right, we gotta make sure I start the right key. Okay. Shavechi Yerushalayim et Amonai Haleli Elokai Zion da 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 Shavechi Yerushalayim et Amonai Haleli Elokai Zion Ki Chizak Vericheh Ki Chizak Vericheh She'arayich Berach Banayir Vekirvech Berach Banayir Vekirvech Berach Banayir Vekirvech Haleli Aywa Haleli Elokai Zion Haleli Haleli Elokai
Yeah.
We got some of the neighbors here in Netanya clapping it up.
Williams.
Yeah.
That was beautiful, beautiful.
I didn't realize it was going to be a solo, though. I thought we were going to have a little more interaction.
I know, but I have
someone's
to be
flying,
humble. And,
you let them fly.
Yeah, we have to let you lead the way on that one. And we'll sing something at the end, maybe just to like give us all a little together.
To offset the completely Sfardiism.
Yeah, we'll do something real Ashkenazi. Yeah, but hopefully the good part. Now, what we want to talk about is first is to hear from Eliyokim Cohen. We want to hear about I Love Israel. I've been following you, I think, for about 15 years, maybe longer.
Yeah, we've been friends for a long time.
Yeah, long time. I saw you online doing big things, and I know your platforms have always been very impactful, which is something which is admirable. It's not easy when your focus is on Israel and other things. You'll let us know what that focus exactly is. But from experience, I've seen there's a lot of limited ability to impact once you've chosen that path, seemingly. But that's why it's so important. As Trump is saying, fight on. You've been fighting on and keeping the focus, and it's still impactful, even with all the blocks that they have online. So how are you breaking through, and what is your message?
So, in 2018, my 1.6 million person fan page was kicked off, basically because I was the supporter of Trump. So, I had a crossroads. Do I stop, or do I fight on? So, I figured it was a little touch from Hashem, and I restarted, retooled, started doing different things, more focus on Torah than on news. And
by the way, again, in case we didn't mention it before, Shiurim by the Sea once a week. Follow Eliyokim. His Facebook group is I Love Israel.
I Love Israel. And then there's Israel with Eliyokim Cohen is the page.
Awesome.
Like 300, almost 70,000. Hashem. Wow. On that, I basically just post pictures of Israel, which people love. There's no controversy there, other than the fact that probably 50 million Muslims come and spam the page every day.
Wow.
Look, the goal of what I'm trying to do is reach the people that I used to be. Proud Jews, lovers of Israel, but never knew where to put all that, energy.
And living where?
And what?
And living where?
And living, obviously.
In Schmutzler.
And yeah, exactly. Living in, and waking people up to the reality that, as Jews, we know the end game. We know that everything happens here. We know that, sort of the end of the movie. We don't know the little steps to get there. My goal is to reach basically everyone that I used to be. I mean, everyone in general, but specifically people like me that had all this energy and all this, rah-rah for being Jewish and for Israel, and trying to, put it into action. And so I try to walk 10 to 15 miles a day, and I do these live, sharing by the seas as I'm walking. And then I do more formal from my Merpesa, usually once a week. And people sponsor. The person that Yosef's here with sponsored 2 times. People from all over the world, some non-Jews have even sponsored. It's very rewarding to know that people, tzedakah money is finite, so that people are giving their tzedakah money to my lectures in memory of a loved one, or someone needs a refuah, or for the hostages. That's very rewarding, and it, makes me really want to make the biggest difference possible for every lecture. But the time is running out. We see that the world, at the beginning of this war, everything was focused on Israel. And then people slowly started to see that every area of the world where Jews are is also imploding.
Yeah, that's just their excuse. It's Israel is as the excuse, but at the end of the day, it's really just about Jews. And it's about dare I say, Zionism, because there's no such thing as anti-Zionism. Anti-Zionism is anti-Semitism. It's really that simple.
It's the exact. I mean, I hate the term Zionist in general.
Yes, I agree with you.
They hate Jews.
Yes.
I don't even like the term anti-Semitism because it's like soft. They hate Jews. There's no term for like any other person in the world hating them. Like, oh, I hate the Chinese or something. There's no anti-Semitism is such a soft. It like lets them, and then the anti-Zion. No, I don't like Israel. Right. I don't like the Israeli government. No, you hate Jews. That's the ichor of the thing, and I don't like that term is, there's the ADL and all these different things. People just hate Jews, and October 7th was the definitive unmasking of this. People like Roger Waters literally was interviewed on the Piers Morgan show the other day.
I saw that.
He mamish
There's no proof. He said
there's no proof. Piers Morgan, who's also not a major Israel supporter,
he's not a no everything.
Right, said to him,
they GoPro'd it.
He said, like, dude, they literally live streamed everything on their Telegram, and they bragged about it. How can you? I mean, it's the level of hatred of the Jewish people is reaching, levels that we haven't seen in a long time, and it's all on purpose. I've done probably 3 to 4 different lectures on the gift that anti-Semitism, the hatred of Jews is, because as we learned in the Torah, when Esav comes in and Yitzchak trembles, what did he see? He sees exactly what Yaakov says: "Save me from my brother, from Esav." That's
my mitzvah portion. It's Vayishlach.
Right. So why? The Torah is very brief with words. It never embellishes. Just say, "Save me from my brother," or "Save me from Esav." Why save me from the hand of my brother, from the hand of Esav? And why is the brother first? Because, it was a big argument in the Hasidic world to follow Napoleon or to follow the Tsar. And we see this in America. Is it better to have, being able to go to the universities and to go to the Gentile country clubs and all the different things that Jews broke through with? And we see that anti-Semitism skyrockets. We see that intermarriage skyrockets. We see that clearly being able to ingratiate ourselves into the Gentile world and being able to have all the rights is very detrimental to the Jewish people. That's exactly why Yaakov said that.
Because what happened the last time we did that in Germany?
The worst.
That's exactly the point. Yimach Shemo v'zichro, Hitler, he gave us the opportunity to leave, but no, we're comfortable.
100%.
We're amongst the nations.
That was his goal, that everyone would emigrate to Israel, and then he
wanted it,
Israel.
Right, he wanted everyone gone. Yeah. But we didn't listen, so he did it at home. But I think the whole
say something.
I think one thing, Ellie, I think one thing is, which is extraordinarily important. This is the key to this podcast today, sure. And everything that Eliyokim is saying is 100% correct. But all of this leads us to doing one thing, and it's to fight back. It's to fight back.
And the good news is, let me just give you some good news. The good news is that we have Hashem. We can see Hashem is totally on our side, and he always has been. He's always had our back. What's one of the beautiful proofs? This week's Parsha, Balak. We know Parsha's Balak. Bilam came along, wants to curse Am Yisrael, wants to destroy Am Yisrael, comes up with all of horrible advice, all kinds of ways. And we see this throughout all the generations, this kind of challenge on our safety, our security, on our well-being, on our religion. And comes Hashem and turns all the bracha, all the klala, all the negativity, and turns it into bracha, turns it into blessing, and turns it into love and goodness for his people and for the world, through us, for the world. And we're seeing that is a tremendous show of love towards us, that he will go out of his way to turn around all this negativity from such negative places, and benahafach, turn it around. And that's Am Yisrael's power, that we are transforming darkness into light, hatred into love. We have that ability to elevate this world and to bring out the good when there seems to be so much cover-up. And that's something which you are doing by I Love Israel. And Yosef Aaron with Just One Chesed is living with, especially right now, they just had a fire. So
I just want to say one thing for anybody who's watching this, right?
Yeah. Can I just say one thing on that?
Yes.
The Hasidim say, before we do an outreach, the Hasidim say that when there's a fire, it makes space for much bigger blessing, much more kindness, much more goodness.
Exactly what Jerry broke out in our command center on Shabbat. It happened on Shabbat day. This past Shabbat at 1:30 in the afternoon, Jerry was davening in mincha in shul, and someone runs in. He's like, "There's a fire in our command center," with all of our tactical gear. Everything that we have, that we give out. there was a fire. But thank God, Baruch Hashem, nobody got hurt. It was an electrical fire, and literally
Where, in Efrat?
In Efrat, in the Dagan, in our command center, the Just One Chesed team has been working tirelessly since Motzei Shabbat. Water damage to our stuff than anything else, but we're now having a campaign to help recoup some of the damages that we've had. Bezat Hashem, I will send the link. I'll send the link. If anybody can donate, please help us out. It'll really, really help us continuing to do what we do. Whether it's me helping out with the foods for the Chayalim in our Meals for Heroes program, or giving out tactical gear like vests and helmets and scopes and lasers and flashlights and coveralls for the tankistim. Like, literally, we've given out over $5.5 million worth of tactical gear and food and whatever it may be. So if anybody can help out, please do.
Yes,
and I wanted to add to what you were saying also.
Yeah, you can
One other thing I wanted to add to what you were saying.
Chesed, I Love Israel, Unity Inspires Projects, which is my avoda, my projects. The main point is that we need to step up right now. This is the time not to fall asleep, not to just get carried away with the summer holidays. While you're on the summer holidays, you know, I couldn't sleep Saturday night, Motzi Shabbat, with everything that happened with the attempted Trump assassination. How could someone sleep after coming across that news? I was just about to go to sleep, and so people who were asleep were asleep, but I was still waiting up for my son, who's, you know, would dedicate Baruch Ben Masha, who's just come back from Gaza, from Sajir, and he needed to get some air. It was his Yom Yeleda, his 20th birthday. So he went out with my other son, and they had a few beers, and they, you know, had a nice experience in Netanya. But I was waiting up for them as being a father. You know, when you're in this kind of relationship, once they're in Gaza, it's the love and the concern is on a whole nother level. Yeah. And I was waiting up, just Baruch Hashem heard he's on his way home. And then I was just about to go to sleep and hear the news, Trump attempted assassination, and I couldn't sleep. How can anyone go to sleep right now with all the crazy politics and everything that's going on? What the answer is not to waste your time with the politics, but actually do what you are doing, Eliyokim, with I Love Israel, and what Yosef Aaron is doing with Just One Chesed, what I'm trying to do in my unity projects, trying to bring more unity. We've got to be even more busy now, and all the people who are connected with us to support and to share, to grow our platforms, and to get this message out there.
Eli, it's two things. It's Torah and Chesed, and Chesed is a part of Torah. You see so many people coming out of the woodworks being proud of their Judaism now.
Yeah.
Right? Putting on tefillin, taking upon tzitzit, Shabbat, whatever it is. That's what's going to help us win the war. Right. While we need the bombs as our hishtadlut and whatever it may be, everybody knows the true way we win this war is by dvekut to the Borei Olam and by doing more chesed and by learning more Torah.
It's also in Devarim. It says that they were sent out 1,000 and 1,000 from each tribe. Why not just say 2,000? Why say 1,000 and 1,000? 1,000 went to fight and 1,000 went to learn and pray. Learning and praying is what we're doing. We're not in Gaza. I'm 44. I don't know how old. I mean, your sons are there. Your sons are going to be successful, not because they get good weapons or whatever. I mean, that helps. But more people giving tzedakah, more people learning Torah, absolutely. More people doing acts of kindness. That literally is, you know, that's our part. We are on the front lines. Everyone's on the front lines. There's a spiritual manifestation of the war.
My son was running down the street in Sajir, in Gaza. I've got the footage. Anyone who wants to, can't share it out, but I've got the footage. You can watch it with me. And he's running down the street, and that building that he passed was filled with terrorists, and he didn't go in that building. He went into the opposite building. His friends and his other unit that he works with went in that building, and he had to watch while he was shooting around the area what was going on in that building, and it was that close. Unfortunately, his friend was killed, and it could have been the whole building. They booby-trapped the whole building. Thank God the bomb didn't go off. There's a lot of miracles that went on, but he said he's seen again and again how constantly the prayers and the kindness and the Torah that we're doing is protecting them from all kinds of crazy situations that have been set up over there.
There's a kid that works at the Makolet up the street where I live who wears tzitzit but no kippah. And I know him. Yeah. He's not at all religious. so many people, I've seen this a few times when we were in a lot for Hanukkah. We go every year for my wife's birthday. And we saw multiple people wearing tzitzit with no kippah. I mean, tattoos everywhere. Tzitzit are one of the big things that people were doing at the beginning of the war. And commanders were saying, hey, I've never seen anything like this. A few of my friends that live in Netanya said that they've been in units with people with, some of the like Russian, Ukrainian soldiers that, aren't even Jewish. Some that are Jewish that are, he said, I've been with them for 10, 12 years in the army. They're total atheists. These kids are putting out tefillin every day. Some of the Jewish nation has woken up. Unfortunately, the reverse is also true. Some have jumped the shark and doubled down, and they're even worse than they were before. But every single one of us that knows we have a responsibility. Everyone needs to step it up. Do you need that extra vacation this year? No, maybe you donate that money. Everyone needs to, sacrifice something.
Do whatever they can, right? And I think everybody, and I think for the most part, we can't say everybody, but the klal in general, I think for the most part, people are doing what they don't want me in Gaza, right?
I don't listen to orders,
right?
And I shoot whatever.
That's probably a different problem. But at the end of the day, we're all doing what we can, and I think the two keys again are Torah and Chesed.
What does Eliyokim Cohen say to end off this with Real Kindness podcast? As you can see, we're kindness focused, but it goes together with truth. What is your message if you had to leave one message for Am Yisrael, for the world, for all the people that love your posts and your media? What do you want to encapsulate?
I think if we're talking about kindness, I think what we need the most right now is kindness to Hashem, because I've been trying to do a ungrateful section of my lectures every time I'm doing them. When Yosef put the goblet in Binyamin's sack and Menashe chased after them, he didn't say to them, "Why did you steal the goblet?" He didn't call them thieves. He said something very specific that we all need to be in tune with. He said, "Why did you repay good with bad?" And Hashem has given us so much. Hashem has given us this land. Hashem has given us the Torah. Kindness starts first with being kind to the one that created us and realizing that there's a purpose for all of us, and everyone needs to tap into that purpose and be appreciative of what we have. And like Rav Nachman says, you should put a dollar amount, or back then it was a ruble amount, on the things in your life that are priceless, so that you see how valuable you are. Elon Musk isn't the richest person in the world. There's not a dollar amount in the world that I could buy your kid or your eyesight or your ability to walk. We need to start being more appreciative. That's where kindness will really flip. We need to start being grateful to Hashem, appreciative to Hashem, loving Hashem. By doing that, we will realize that, like we say in Yom Kippur davening, that the world cannot exist without us. If it could, we'd be dead. There's something that we all can offer to the world right now that the world can't live without. We need to tap into that as an individual and as a collective Jewish unit, and there'll be no more wars. Hashem says specifically that He'll take care of all of our enemies for us. They will just
Hashem yilachem lachem v'atem tachem ishun. Right?
Amen.
We say it every Thursday.
Beautiful.
That's it.
If only my people would listen to me.
We got to hear a song in Eliyokim's merit of thanking Hashem. Tov Lahodos Hashem. You have a song for us?
Tov Lahodos Hashem.
Yeah, how about Tov Lahodos Hashem?
I don't know the words by heart, but you guys can go for it.
Tov Lahodos Hashem. Tov Lahodos Hashem.
V'shimcha elyon, tov lahodot L'Hashem, hagid b'boker chaskecha, v'hagid b'boker chaskecha.
Tov Lahodos L'Hashem, Tov Lahodos I'm a Jew and I'm proud and I sing.
Guys, thank you, Eliyokim. Thank you so much for joining us. It was such an honor and such a pleasure to have you here. Amazing.
Keep shining. Go follow I Love Israel. Support Just One.
Shirim by the Sea. And what's your other site?
Israel with Eliyokim Cohen.
Israel with Eliyokim Cohen. Shirim by the Sea. Follow this guy. Love this guy. You just came up with a jewelry store, right?
Yes, we just opened a jewelry store.
You just opened up a jewelry store in Tel Aviv.
Man. I got no necklace.
You mean?
Go support this guy as much as you possibly can. He's awesome. We love you guys. Thank you so much.
Only love. Keep this up.